Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at the Gerber knife and gift set. I actually received this as a present for Christmas. One of my family members knows that I like knives and I like multi-tools and pocket tools and stuff like that, so they went ahead and got me this. And that was really thoughtful, specifically because if you guys know, for the holidays, a lot of the knife companies tend to come out with these gift sets that have either multiple knives or different things. I know Kershaw's really big at this. They sell them all over the place, Walmart and stuff like that. I've seen some Gerber ones in the past before, but I've never seen this particular one. And I was pretty excited because with the exception of one of these items, I had actually never gotten the chance to handle or test or anything like that, the other items in this gift set. So they were all new to me, which was really cool. So this particular set comes with two knives. So you see them here. It is the Ripstop 1, which is the smaller version, and then the Ripstop 2, which is the larger version. And one thing that I really did like about these two knives and the fact that they included them in this gift set together is that the Ripstop 1, the smaller one, is a full plain edge versus the Ripstop 2, the larger one, is actually half and half, so it's partially serrated and then the plain edge in the front. So that's really cool because it gives you a lot of different options. Besides that, you also get the curved pocket tool, and this is one that I have actually owned in the past. I had the same exact one in this color. I don't know if they come in different colors, but it was the same color. And one day I decided to take it apart because I was going to do something with it, and I ended up ruining it, so I had to throw it out. But I'm glad that I have that one back in my possession. And then last but not least is the Shard Keychain Tool right here. I know a lot of people actually own this and have it either in their keys or as part of their EDC bag or bailout bag and stuff like that. And I've always been intrigued to pick one of these guys up just to test it out and see what it was all about. So I like how varied this gift set is. You know, you have a lot of different tools, a lot of different options. As far as the packaging goes, I think it's really, really nice. I've already obviously taken it out because I didn't want to bore you guys with seeing me do that, but it comes out laid out really nice. It gives you a lot of information right in the front, but then in the back, it goes into detail into all the different aspects of every single knife and tool that is that comes in this case. So let's go ahead and start with the curve, since I've actually owned this one before. Again, this one is blue and it's really nice. It's very, very small. This is a perfect tool to have in your keychains, multi-tool if you want to call it that. So you have a little carabiner right here, it's spring loaded, and then right underneath that you have a bottle opener. So this is really nice. If you have it in your keys, you can just take it out and go ahead and pop open a bottle. Besides that, you have a little blade here, and all these tools actually lock, which is really nice, especially for the size. So this little blade locks there, and it is nice and secure. It's not going anywhere, so you're not going to have to worry if you're cutting something that it's going to close down on you or anything like that. You have these two little tabs on the side, and basically you just slide them back, and that releases the blade, and you can go ahead and close it down. So that blade is perfect to open up boxes, mail, things like that. And then besides that, you have 3 more tools that you get to with these little nail nicks in the back there. So you have a large flathead screwdriver, a small flathead screwdriver, and then a Phillips head screwdriver that also has a file on it. So I think this little curve multi-tool is perfect for like an office setting, if you want to have it in your keys and you work in an office building or something like that, or if you want to leave it at your desk, you can do that. I like the fact that it's blue because it looks really cool. Blue's my favorite color, so that's always a plus. So that's really cool. Glad to have it back. Then we're looking to look at the Shard. This is the Keychain Tool. So this has 7 different functions. It actually is a pry bar. So this is perfect if you need to pry open like paint cans and things like that. Obviously, you would not want to use your knife blade to do that, so this will come in handy to be able to do that. Besides that, you have a small driver in the top right here, flathead screwdriver, a medium flathead screwdriver, and then a wire stripper right in there. This is obviously you can use to lift up nails or anything like that as well when you use the pry bar option. Then you have a bottle opener right on the bottom here. You have a pretty large lanyard hole, and then you have a Phillips head screwdriver right in the back there. So I like that this has a little bit of weight to it, but it's not so much, so it's not so heavy that if you put it on your keys, it's going to be too heavy and bothersome and stuff like that. So I can definitely see myself throwing this on my keys and getting some good use out of it, especially with that pry bar. Again, I like the fact that it is kind of angled up. So some of them tend to be very flat. So when you try and pry, you kind of have to get in at a right angle. This is obviously already set up to be able to do that. Again, this is perfect to have in an office setting environment. If you have it on your keys, maybe you need to lift up a staple or something like that, you can do that with this. So that's really cool. Put that there. And then onto the two knives. Again, this is the Ripstop model. This is my first time handling this. So we'll look at the small one here. Both of the knives are, basically the same exact knife, with the main difference being the blade. So this is the full flat, what do you call it? Fine edge, sorry about that. And then that one has the partially serrated, so the combo edge. Besides that, they're very, very light, again, with all the holes and stuff like that. They are a frame lock. So the lockup is nice and secure. One thing that I did find is that this little hump, which is obviously designed to be able to disengage the lock, the frame lock there, I just wish it was a little bit higher, because where the angle where it is, when you go to disengage it, especially if you're going to do it one hand, it's a little bit tricky. You kind of have to get used to it. If you do it with two hands, you can, but frame lock is designed to be able to just do it one-handed. So I'm always trying to be careful, make sure that I don't close it on my hand by mistake or something like that. But you do have dual thumb studs, and then you have a nice and low right pocket clip on there. It is right hand carry, tip down only. I wish it was tip up. That's the way that I prefer to carry my blades, but again, it is what it is. That's the way it's set up. Pretty easy to open up the blade, and this is a nice little size if you want to go ahead and just use it for the majority of EDC tasks. So again, that is the Ripstop one. Both the blade material and the handle material are stainless steel. The blade is actually high carbon stainless steel. Onto the big brother, the Ripstop 2. Again, it's basically the same exact knife, so you're going to have that same, I want to say, issue that I ran into with this hump here. But on the bigger brother, because the hump seems to be a little bit bigger in relation to the size of the blade, it's a little easier to push over, but you still have that same problem. So, if the lockup is nice and tight, which is good, it kind of takes a little bit of working in, to be able to disengage it. But again, it locks up nice and tight. Now, one thing that I did notice is that because this little hump right here is a little bit bigger in relation to the size of the knife, it does feel a little bit sore in your hand. So you are going to get a little bit of a sore spot as you're gripping, especially if you're gripping it tight. You're going to be doing some heavy cutting or something like that. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're using gloves or whatnot, then that's fine. So if you want to use this knife for, maybe you can throw it in a tackle box or have it in a bailout bag or something like that, and just use it as a beater knife or whatnot. Again, it's very easy to resharpen these serrations and sharpen the blade, because again, it is high carbon stainless steel. So I don't foresee this being like my EDC knife or something like that. But again, it could be if this is pretty much all you had. Again, it is pretty light, even though it's all stainless steel construction, but you do have all those little cutouts on the handle. You have it on the blade right here and on the other side too. So again, pocket clip is nice and deep right on that one. Right hand carry, tip down as well, just like the little brother there. So I think this is a great gift set, especially if you have somebody that's maybe starting out in the whole knife and multi-tool and pocket tool community. This will give them a lot of really useful options. So you have a large knife, a small knife, a pocket tool, a keychain tool right off the bat. I didn't really see these. I don't know exactly where they got it from, but I think for the most part, again, if you're looking for a great present to instantly give somebody a lot of the tools that they would need as far as for EDC tasks and stuff like that, then this would be a great gift set to give them. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.